Okay, here we go. So, hello, good evening. I'm Wes the Explosion, and we are back to Mega Man Powered Up. And the Wheel of Names has said specifically we're doing. Oh shit. We're doing Iceman. I just realized I did not look up the. Well, that was a fun noise my PSP just made. Maybe this will be a short night. Hang on, that's not what I want. I think we need to go back to the main menu. I should have hit new game, my bad. I'm already failing. I'm already failing. Good evening, Rayquaza. New style, normal. I should just be able to... Okay, good. In the year 20XX, with the advancement of science, humans were able to create industrial humanoid robots. Invented by the foremost authority on robotics, Dr. Light, Iceman is a robot designed to work in sub-zero environments. Oh, are they read? I have the sound down. My bad. My bad. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The name's Wiley, the one and only, the brilliant scientist, Dr. Wiley. It may seem rather sudden to you, but I've decided I'd like to take over the world. Anyway, to begin,
I'm sorry, I just don't want to talk over him.
taking your precious robots.
If he was so smart, he'd make his own robots. Don't tempt him.
What's this? Oh, nice man. The piece of junk whose only redeeming quality is resistance to
Wow.
I don't need you.
That was unnecessarily mean. Though I guess at this point, he hypothetically does not have ice arrows. I'm pushing buttons and no ice arrows are happening. I'm going to say that I have no ice arrows. I'll climb to the treehouse.
Just as I promised, Dr. Light, I'll be taking them with me. Stop, Dr. Wiley. Stop, I say. Farewell.
Well, you're taking Oil Man and Bomb Man, so I guess we'll call it even.
Wait! Stop! Dr. Wiley!
Speaking of, my gosh. I need to remember, like,
My robots to conquer the
we did this last year on the other channel. But if I remember correctly, I think Iceman is weak to hyper bombs in this.
All right. I understand. I don't like it, but sometimes such things must be done. I must make the necessary preparations.
So, Bomb Man is going to be the issue here, I guess.
Able to freeze your enemies and use them as platforms. Use
That's
your
pretty
enemies
neat,
will
right?
overcome obstacles.
Reporting for duty.
I could giving you like a totally cool blow everything up move, but no, instead I gave you a silly gimmick. Everybody loves silly gimmicks. You do like, I want to say like at best half damage, which I guess is still fine. Doing full damage only matters if I actually want to like kill everything, which I mean sometimes I want to kill things. But anything with iframes is going to be an issue.
You follow me. I don't have time to fool around with the likes of you. You can play with this.
And this is the proto eye. Because despite being bigger and an actual boss, this thing is easier to deal with than the actual stage enemy that it's based off of. Oh man, and then I got hit. I kinda think I would have still taken more damage. from a regular old Big Eye. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, hey, I got good time rate. Got 116%.
Everyone's going haywire and turning violent.
Please, my robots, your friends.
Stop them to death?
For the sake of the world and all of humanity, I'm counting on you.
Okay. I guess we can go. We'll just make a nice little circle. This may or may not be an issue because, like I said,
Time's up.
I believe my attacks are weaker.
Duty.
Because, like, you know, if you're just killing everything right away, how the heck are you supposed to use them as platforms? And I'm spammy as all get out, but if they have any iframes whatsoever, oh my gosh. Oh man, oh. I still never got that. But I'm pretty sure the internet service for this game has died a long time ago, thus it's kind of a moot point. What if I could freeze? I froze him right in my way. The pendulums. That'd be pretty handy. But yeah, like, despite saying that there's no real reason for me to get the things, there is a part of me that still wants to get the things. The customizable pieces, the stage builder pieces. Just so I can say that I completed everything, right? Oh my gosh, it does remind me just of... Like, I swear they were on a kick back in the day, where it's like, we gotta do Mega Man Maker. Because, like, they played around with it here. And then they were making, like, an actual game called, funnily enough, Mega Man Universe. Stop me if you've heard this one before. But yeah, rather than call it, like, Rockman Universe, it was actually called Mega Man Universe because I think they were trying to capitalize. They was like, well, that's his worldwide name, and this is gonna have worldwide appeal. But then it died. And I kind of got, like, I blame Capcom for it, but, like, I think I heard that it might have been, like, way too ambitious, and it was something like Keiji Inafune, the guy who was, like, in charge of Mega Man, might have been really pushing, even if it was more than they could, like, reasonably do back in the day. Though I still hold a grudge over Legends 3 getting canceled. And I'm also still a little mad about Rockman Online getting canceled. They had, like, redesigns of so many characters. And really cool, you know, stinking anime cutscenes to, like, introduce some of the things. It was dope. At least in theory. I was gonna say, my gosh. If I miss this... Would we be living in a utopian society if Keiji Inafune had not stormed out of the Capcom offices on that day so long ago?
You are actually on time.
Yes, I'm always very aware of the time when I perform my duties.
Time Man seems impressed.
No interest in your duties.
And yeah, I've seen a few people doing the... Oh, you son of a bitch. Has he never come the full way? I'm trying to remember. Darn it. So yeah, I just need to... But yeah, like I saw a few people doing... Whoops! A few people got sponsored streams for Monster Hunter. Why? Did you say AI for Monster Hunter? Shall I assume that that is a game that you have interest in? Cause like I've never touched Monster Hunter.
Nice job. Keep up the
Personally. Oh, it's Fireman next. I guess this will be an easy one. Like I think I talked about this on my main channel, and it ties into what we were actually just talking about.
to burn the trash.
But when Capcom canceled like 3 Mega Man games in a row, and then gave us stinking Zover, I pretty much like decided, right, that I wasn't gonna buy any Capcom games until they actually gave me the one thing I was there for, Mega Man, right? Oh, I want you to go down. And that exact period was pretty much like when Monster Hunter became wildly popular. So because of that, I never got into... Whoops. I'll do this eventually. That was neat. So yeah, like I remember at the time, like there was even like one random anime that did in... I don't know. It was an episode where it's like, oh man, everybody's getting together and they're playing this one game. And it was like very, very obviously Monster Hunter. And I was like, man, that looks like it would be fun. But I banned myself from all of Capcom games. So I never got into it. And who knows, they keep on saying that they have plans for Mega Man, that is a very special IP, and then nothing ever comes of it. But also, good evening, Big Red, and Zover. Oh, yeah. No, don't knock me off. There was like this one trend, I'm not sure if Capcom and like some of the other ones still do it, but they would abbreviate crossover as X and then over, right? So that's pretty much like when I say Zover, it's... Whoops. Yeah. It's X then over. Which I pronounce as Zover because how else would you pronounce that? But it was like a mobile game that Capcom tried to give us rather than like the actual stinking full games. And online was, I believe it was Korean, right? Like some Korean studio made like a like an MMO, or they were working on an MMO, which had a bunch of characters redone. You could... I'm sorry, I'm trying to not die here. But yeah, like you could make characters... Let me see, am I even anywhere close to catching up with chat? But yeah, yeah. Mega Man universe was just pretty much Mario Maker, but with Mega Man, right? Before that was even a thing. Before, Mario Maker came out. Rockman Online was specifically an MMO made by, I believe, like some Korean studio that redesigned a bunch of Robot Masters and Mavericks for you to fight in. You could play with multiple people, and there were they had announced like 4 character archetypes that you could build a custom character based off of. I'm gonna let Fireman talk, and then I'll finish that thought.
My body's on fire and this fever's catching.
I didn't quite catch the last part, sir. A good soldier always stays cool in battle.
You may think life's all about
But I'll also say that you forgot Resident Evil in there, Rayquaza, but otherwise, yes, those are the ones they want to concentrate on. But yeah, the ones that they made characters for was like you could create a character based off of X, Zero, Duo, or Cinnamon, which was interesting. But yeah, like if you get the chance, I would recommend looking at some of the trailers for Rockman Online, because they were really well done and it was very exciting. I could give Capcom a little bit of credit and be like, well, they only, they farmed it out to like some unknown studio. Chances are, like they might not have had the most faith in, just this random place, this random studio that they, just happened to give the license to, so they might have just canceled that because things weren't working out or they couldn't, like, maintain their end of the deal. So I can only get so mad I can get pretty mad at that. They canceled Legends 3. I don't need to worry about lives. I'm gonna die stupidly at some point anyway. I don't slip. Yeah, Cinnamon was command mission. The thing to remember about that is Cinnamon was like the healing character, and online was meant to be like an MMO, right? So I'm pretty sure they decided to use Cinnamon specifically because she fit a character niche where it's like, well, we need a healer. No! So let's bring in the healing character from that one time they did an RPG. You and your dirty tricks. No! But yeah, there's like some demo play of it too, and it looked pretty rad. No! I thought I could rush. But yeah, I don't know. Some people will probably give me sass. But I think Rockman Online, of the 3 games that got canceled, was probably the one I wanted to play the most. Which I know will be a very unpopular opinion. A lot of people were really counting on that Legends 3 to come through. Which can't blame them. Can't blame them. Kid's been stuck on the moon for a frickin' while. No, wait a sec. Oh, I did it. And here's where it gets a little nerve-wracking. So I probably get at least a little quiet. Try not to piss myself. Try not to piss myself. There we go. But yeah, something. I'm gonna be honest, I was just getting a little impatient there when I jumped. I probably shouldn't have. Oh no! Although, well, I guess I should probably talk to Junior here. Then I shall pose my question.
On the scene. Enlisting with
You know he's evil, Mega Man, because he's got a triangle instead of a square on his helmet.
Met before?
Just as he looks. He's one cool customer. Too bad he figured me out. Better get going.
Yeah, you could just leave. Oh god, oh goodness! Limes! There's something kind of funny about that. Everybody always... Oh shit, I thought I missed him. Everybody called him lemons, and now he's got some limes. Is that a hilarious joke? He's just spamming that. I'll spam the invincible move. Oh, goodness. Is it because I'm spamming? Is he like, I can do that too? Well, this is gonna come down to it. Ay, ay, ay. So, I swear I've like looked this up before, but I cannot remember the actual answer. How does one define butt rock?
Great job! Give it your all on the next stage.
Because I know that that's the genre that a lot of people attribute to, you know, like the Sonic finale songs, Crush 40 and all that.
I'll finish this.
But I do not remember, like, what actually distinguishes butt rock from regular rock. I know I like butt rock. Like, that's just one of those... There's a few genres of music that feel a little made up. I've heard something, you know, someone refer to one type of music as penis music. I'm like, I kind of feel like that would not be one of the categories if I were to go into the record store. And yet I kind of get the vibe with that. There we go. Whoops. Good evening, Zoran. Yeah, I'm trying to remember when exactly Legends 2 came out. I want to say that he's been trapped in the moon, you know, trapped on the moon, though, longer than stinking Axel's been probably possessed by Lumine. No! But Mega Man series very rarely get actual conclusions. I think the only two Mega Man series with an actual endpoint are Zero and Battle Network. Although they could back out on Battle Network. They could totally just be like, you know what? We know we said that land was done, but maybe we insert something in there. Something fun. I wasn't sure if that would clip me or not. Do not fall. For the love of God. And just fall carefully there. Iceman, you are like the only one that I don't mind fighting Big Eyes with. Oh, that's right. We got the lip. We got the lip because Gutsman... Well, Gutsman actually does bring his own... He just summons blocks.
Well, you see, that's right. No, you have it all
But if Mega Man wants to use the super arm, he needs somebody to provide him with blocks. It's not the best power. Which makes it a little weird that I kind of actually like the... Oh, shoot. Darn it, I thought I could just snake under it. Oh, you got rid of the blocks. Oh, gosh. Here I thought I, like, finagled it. Well, I guess I did finagle it. He's dead. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, there's like a super arm-like weapon in stinking Mega Man 5 Game Boy, and I don't mind it there. Which I guess is just all a matter of, like, most ideas I don't think are bad. I think it's just a matter of good or bad execution. And 5's pretty fun. Go on that fun little, you know, you play on your Game Boy, and honestly, it still does a lot of things that bug me, but it's novel enough that I like 5. I have to do these. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody's concerned. We're good. You see that? We're so good. I mean, I guess. Although if you're really desperate, you can go back and use Thunder Beam on the blocks too to get it. So Gutsman, you know, Super Arm isn't a foregone conclusion. Though normally, yeah, I do. Ay, ay, ay. If I'm playing Classic 1, typically, I'm going Bomb Man first, so that way I get Guts Man before I go to Elect Man stage. Though it's still very situational. I'm not freaking out. No! Oh, damn it, I did a short hop! A big boy jump would have pulled me through. Ay, ay, ay. Is this a bit gratuitous? Maybe. I thought, you know, it's like, oh, you jumped, but you jumped oh my gosh. Why? There we go. I was gonna say. Okay. Now we just need to, oh man. We just need to beat Gutsman, but Gutsman's gonna shake the floor. Gutsman got his thick dumpy. I thought I slipped past, but I guess not. Okay. I feel like I should have been there by now, but that might also just be them using a heck of a lot of stinking drop platforms, making me feel like I've run a marathon when it actually hasn't been all that long. Drop platforms take it out of me. Drop forms are one of my most hated stinking... I hit up! I dropped, but then I caught the last rung. Or at least I was supposed to. I have to do all this. Dear Lord, that bullet went a while. Okay. Don't get impatient, I guess, is the lesson here. If you don't get impatient, you can drop nimbly. You don't drop. You just don't drop because it's not gonna allow it. It's gonna be like, we saw you try to drop. We decided not to read that last input. Now then. Oh, I'm just a bit short. Iceman is normally a bit short, but everybody's a bit short in this game anyway, so it's even. Oh, damn it. I had to do this one life. Damn it. Hey, Guts, man.
Guts. Hey, men only. Little boys don't belong here.
I guess Guts, I mean, he's kind of chibi-ish, but not as much as everybody else.
You big idiot! What'll happen to me if I get fired? I'm gonna take you. Ready?
Who has the authority to fire you, Guts, man? Don't cause me slow down. Guts, man. Guts, man. You gotta give me some maneuvering room. Oh, okay, crowd me. Oh shit. Oh shit. He knew dig. Oh my gosh. It clipped the wall rather than me. That was good. Oh my goodness. What a... Oh man. Honestly, I was sweating there. Although that reminds me. Do I do Bomb Man normal? I'll try normal, but he's gonna kill me. I'm weak to bombs.
Time for a big bang.
Oy, oy, oy.
Reporting for duty.
Fortunately, only Drill Man gets to be Drill Man. We don't actually, we do have two abominations. There's Drill Man and then there's Drill Man EXE, and I don't care for either. Oh goodness. Oh gracious. Oh me. Things are exploding in the Bomb Man level? Oy, oy, oy. But yeah, the sweat thing, it reminds me. The whole Pokemon thing, the Pokemon Day thing happened. And it was interesting. I'm sure most people have watched it. It's a big deal. Oh goodness. But yeah, there was like that bit that everybody was like, oh, Pokemon Champions. Everybody saw that, and I think like the general response was it's like, oh, it's like Showdown, but not quite like Showdown, but kinda like Showdown. But like the thing that got me about that whole like trailer was all the people in it were sweating, and I was like, oh yes. So you're actively acknowledging that this is for the Sweat Lords. Excellent. Excellent. Although I'll say that I'm kind of interested. Darn it, I thought I could have snuck in between. I'll say I was kind of interested. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah. Honestly, I was kind of half expecting it to be a lot more just kind of padded with random bullshit. Maybe I just let you come down and I'll shoot you there. Although, like, one of the other ones that kind of got me was when their, like, Mega Evolution is coming to the Pokemon trading card game, and I'm like, oh, you mean like it was like 10 years ago or whenever X and Y were like the normal, not normal, but you know, when that was the main Pokemon thing at the time. It's not new, it's just a return. But yeah, they showed a good bit off with Legend ZA, which I'm very intrigued. We're probably gonna do a midnight release stream when that comes out.
Whoa, bombs are a little too old-fashioned for us soldiers.
As for which of the starters I will get, who can say? I wonder. I mean, it might not be all that obvious. It was obvious to Sam. He actually sent me like a text after the presentation, you know, after I told him I'd watched it, and he's like, oh, so you're getting this one, and I'm like, yep, without a doubt. You see how much better at fighting I am than him? And he's still gonna win, because I'm weak to bombs. Back the hell off. Okay, I'm locking in. Oh, damn it! I was like, can I do this? And then he used his Super Omega move. Ay, ay, ay. 12 years ago. I believe that my choice in starter is going to have a really, really good final form. It's also the starter of the set that already nobody likes. So, I already love it despite the general consensus on it. How did I get him just like so perfect the last time? Stay out of my area. I hate Bomb Man so much. I mean, I generally don't like him. I think he could die. Oh, okay, he threw it differently that time. That's my bad. I thought he was gonna follow a pattern. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there's a part of me that wonders if I should say what my starter pick is, or... Although I might have given it away already. Just see what I pick. I'm going to assume, like, November. Come on. Oh, I flubbed it. Oh, I have so many lives. Why do I have so many lives? I'm not gonna do this. I do like a tick of damage. I need to hit him like 20, 30 times. He needs to hit me 3 times. And he's got an unpredictable, maybe I'll throw it big, maybe I'll throw it not big. The super attacks are so bad in this game. They're big, and I'm invincible when using it. I jumped, but it still hit me even at the height. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, fine. I'll just say it. Because you did guess it the first time. It's Chikorita. Chikorita is one of my favorite starters. Which I think... they're technically, like, the Chikorita line, isn't it considered like the worst starter line in the series? But it's just so cute. I got silver version back in the day. I saw that little baby pair, and I was like, I was immediately in love. I overleveled that thing and used it to pretty much beat the entire game. Tepig, I mean, honestly, the Unova starters don't really do it for me. Son of a bitch. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, everybody's assuming that Chikorita will be Grass Fairy, which Fairy is my favorite type, so that works for me. Because it knew Disarming Voice in the trailer. Bomb Man, you are such a cheap little bitch. Nobody likes you. You have an ugly color scheme. You look dumb. And you huck bombs. Which, I mean, is kind of obvious, but you know. Like, we already have a Bomber Man. He could have been a guest boss. He could probably pull off being a robot master. Yeah, you're gonna do it again. Because that's what you do. I like this game, but damn it sometimes. Alright, we'll drop it down to easy. He's not allowed to use his super big boy attack on easy. I expected that there were 2 stages I'd have to do on easy anyway. What a little bitch. Honestly, maybe I could even look it up. Because I know there's like something supposedly with like Fireman in the first game where you can manipulate his RNG. Not like RNG, but you can like manipulate how he does things. So that, you know, like you can dodge every attack of his predictably. So maybe there's something like that here. Maybe there's something specific that triggers their super attacks. And it's not just, oh man, I'm halfway down. Every other attack is going to be the one that I'm invincible for. You should not be allowed to spam the invincible attack. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, we'll just go here. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else is planning on getting Legends Arceus. I know... At least anybody here. Because, like... Oh, yeah. Big Red, Rayquaza, you both said that you were kind of, like, out of Pokemon after Sun and Moon, right? Which might just happen to be my favorite generation of Pokemon, but you know what, to each their own. But yeah, I really like Legends Arceus, so I'm looking forward to this. Did the adhering Suzies just not move on easy mode? Oh, there they moved. But yeah, oi, oi. And, like, the other big news was the fact that that's the only stinking Pokemon game this year. It would seem. So I'm gonna be honest, I was half expecting them to be like, hey, we're gonna do this with as like a launch title for Switch, and then we're pushing out Gen frickin' 10 for Christmas. Or a shoddily made Gen 5 remake. Normally the remakes are good. But then they did Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and all my faith was lost. There's something kind of funny about that, Big Red. Honestly, I think I've commented about this for, like, both of you. Hearing the two of you say that in particular is just funny to me. Because you normally have your avatar as a Pokemon, and Rayquaza is Rayquaza. Which I continue to question if I'm pronouncing right, even though I checked out the stinking official anime to see if that's what they were saying. Because I heard somebody else say Rayquaza. Then again, they were not English as a first language, so Quasar might not be in their stinking vocabulary. They just needed extra things. They couldn't call it Diamond and Pearl again. So they're just like, adjective. It's a shining pearl. And it's brilliant because it shines off like a brilliant light. They're both like luminous stones, I guess, or can reflect the light. That is why it must be that. And given how much I played Shining Pearl, there's a part of me that feels disingenuous criticizing it. Because it's like, well, if you think the games are so poopy, why do you have like 60 hours in them? Do you play poopy for 60 hours? It's like, yes. It's Pokemon. Yum yum. I will eat the feces. Although I was about to give up on Pokemon until Legends Arceus brought me back in. I lost a lot of faith after Sword and Shield and then the Gen 4 remakes. Ay, ay, ay. And hey, you like what you like. I mean, it's funny that the Pokemon avatar guy doesn't like Pokemon anymore, but at, like, the same time, like, if they've changed to the point where you don't like it anymore, but you still do like the old games, I think it's pretty valid. Like, imagine if... I mean, I am fortunate enough that I like Mega Man in pretty much, like, any form. But imagine somebody else doesn't like Battle Network and they had just, you know, all of a sudden been like, hey, Mega Man, it's Battle Network now. The platforming games, they're dead. Then I think it would still be valid for me to be like, well, I'm gonna put a Robot Master in my profile, but I'm not getting any of the Battle Network games. Again, this is all hypothetical. I love all the... Well, I love all the series. I don't necessarily love all the games. I think I want to go far left. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a dirty trick. Oh god, I thought this was the top. We're still going. Do 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 do. Ba-do-do-do. I probably could have made it. But like these things, I think there's like a pattern to them, but it does seem like they just kind of go when they want to go. So I get like a little nervous I'm going to jump and they're going to be like, oops. Oops. We did a hard pivot. And then it's going to be soldier down. Oh, goodness. This shouldn't be hard. And yet it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn it. Oh, I'm gonna get these. There we go. Ooh. Oh man, I don't even need to hit him in the eye to freeze him. Ice Air was really good in this one very specific situation. Ay. Well, that's interesting. I would have just figured that you're just like, yeah, it peaked during, you know, Gen 3 to Gen 6, and everything after that sucked. Though that's still fine. I know, like, there's some people who, to bring it back to Mega Man again, who are, like, really, really big into Legends and don't really care about most of the other series, right? And that's, like, wildly different than what we, you know, than, like, the standard. And that's, like, valid. Oh, shit. I really like the, we're just gonna spam this move. I don't know how I didn't get hit there, very carefully. Ay. And you can also just, another thought, though, on that is you can just like the Pokemon for the designs, but, like, not the games at all.
Nice job. Keep up the good work.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who are like, I think this character looks interesting, but... There we go. But I do not care for the gameplay at all. And then there's some people who can just like a game's, you know, soundtrack without ever having touched the game, right? So there's a lot of things to like about games, even if you don't like the full package or even like the majority of it. So I don't think it's that weird. Don't think it's that weird at all. I'm not one of those people who are gonna be like, oh, so you like Pokemon? Name every Pokemon. The main time I gave Brandon shit when we were playing Pokemon was when he couldn't tell me how Haunter evolved because apparently that's like his favorite Pokemon. I feel like that was at least something he should know. But yeah. I don't know. I was happy with Pokemon Day, I guess. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to things. Yeah, we did get him. Ay. I mean, honestly, it's frickin' Mudkip, man. You can very easily just say, I do it for the meme, and people will be like, oh, okay, that's understandable. And also, thank you, Rayquaza, thank you. There's a lot of versatility in liking Mudkip. Spammy. Well, the one thing you said, though, I guess I never really thought about it. But why, yeah. If you don't mind me asking, why did you call yourself Big Red? By chance. And Rayquaza, if you want to jump in there too, that's fine. Otherwise, I would just assume that you just really, really, really like the Pokemon Rayquaza and absurdist humor. But yeah, because, like, you also like Sonic, which is a very, very blue thing. Well, that's fair, too. Like, honestly, you don't know. Yeah, you not knowing just reminds me of... I've had, like, the same email since I was, like, 15 or whatever. And sometimes people will be like, oh, well, what's your email? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'll give it to them, and... They'll either look at me weird or chuckle. What is my email? Listen, that's not important. But yeah, sometimes you just have things, and it's like, why was it like that? Because you thought it was funny, like, 20 years ago. Huh. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, as for, like, the drawing thing, let me make sure I read that right. Yeah, if you're talking about, like, drawing an avatar or something, I think, like, the way to go for that is to just sketch out a concept and then commission somebody who actually knows what they're doing to draw the full thing. At least that is my plan. That is very, very fair, Rayquaza. I could totally see that. Honestly, had I been into, you know... Had I gotten onto, like, the internet around the time Gen 1 was a thing, I probably would have been, like, Mewtwo. Oh, yeah, I hate him so much. Oh, shit. Oh, damn you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose to frickin' Oil Man. Of all... frickin' people. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I didn't. I am better at this than I really think I am. Oh, yeah. And yeah, that's fine. I think I looked it up when I was doing my one video about why Sonic is popular, and I think blue is considered, like, the most popular color, followed by red. Which is why, like, a lot of mascot characters use either, like, one or the other. In Mega Man, the main character is normally blue, and then he's got, like, a rival that's red. And then it's, like, the same with Sonic. He's blue, Knuckles is red. Eggman is also a little red. Oh, I wanted to go up. Okay, I need to try to remember... I need to relearn the stinking Yellow Devil's patterns. Because when we were doing this every week, it was really easy to just be like, yup, it's the same thing we did last week. But now that it's been, I don't know, it's been several months. Oh, man. I'm at a bit of a loss. I'm sure I'll remember it as I go. Big eyes are just in the way. But that's their thing. If I get a hand cramp, I blame you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm still too short. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit. I want to do this real carefully. But yeah. In other do... Okay. He's dead. I still have a few things to put together, but like my video for this week is just talking about like some of my video game, like some of my favorite video game finales. And there's a real part of me that's wondering, do I actually want to make the video, since essentially what you're doing is, like, you could title the video, I spoil like 8 stinking video games, like their endings. Like, do you really want to make a video that is just... Oh shit, you did this to yourself. Essentially spoilers. Essentially an entire video of spoilers. It seems a little questionable. Stinking shot, man. But hey, at this point, it's that or nothing. And you know what? I get a little emotional in this one, which I don't think is something I do too often. Normally, it's a lot more clinical. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it shakes out. I wonder what number 1 is.
I also have my own mission. I cannot allow you to derail me.
Oh, that's right. Iceman, like, kinda sort of understands Yellow Devil, maybe. Okay. Darn it, I thought I was... Oh, darn it. Okay. I might know what I'm doing. The question is, do I want to continue this, or do I want to die so I can restart the process? Darn it. Yeah, just die. Okay, so don't dodge the first one, then do every other one until, like, okay.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, okay.
Warning!
I'll hopefully consider it to do the first phase of it completely over my head. That's real swell, yeah. Oh, darn it. I thought that was when they would be... Okay. We might have it. We might have it. Or I'll get hit like 5 times and then I'll end up swearing and it's just not going to be pleasant. If only we could all be stinking fireman. And have his weakness. Because when you get hit in the eye with fire, it burns. Although, like, I'm freeze-drying his eye here. Like, that should hurt, right? Oh my goodness, I'm so good at, I guess, memorizing a pattern. Because this sure ain't reaction. Although, like, one other thing I'm questioning, because the next big presentation is going to be for the Switch 2, right? And I think I might take a vacation day for that. I'd like to see it right when it happens. And by that, I mean as soon as the VOD for the presentation goes live. Because a lot of times when I try to watch these things in real time, my computer, like my connection gets screwed up. Although I'm also questioning, because like I said, I will probably try to take a day off. I might just request that I don't go into the office the day afterwards. Because I feel like, oh yeah, I was in the office this week on Pokemon Day. Because, like, they always seem to schedule me for, like, the worst days imaginable. But going in always is a drag anyway, so it's never going to be good regardless. But if I'm at least teleworking that day, if pre-orders go live, then I can immediately, maybe, hopefully snatch one of them up. Nintendo claims that they're making enough so that there won't be any scalpers. And I can just do that on my main computer while tippity typing on my work laptop as well. So that way I don't get screwed. I can be a good consumer and buy the thing that Nintendo wants me to immediately. And then contract Brandon to help me do an unboxing video since I've never done anything like that before. Man, they managed to make this dull. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. I'm sorry, I should be talking more, but I kinda need to concentrate. And this is long and drawn out. Like, this still bugs the shit out of me. I think that the original Yellow Devil is such a good boss. And then we get this. And they'll judge me based on time, too. They'll be like, hey, that took you a lot longer than it should have. And it's like, well, yeah. I'm doing next to no damage to him every time I shoot him. I don't know how you get a good time score on this. You designed the game, and you fucked it up. Is this the last hit, or second to last hit? Last hit, please. Please, for the love of God. Please. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay. Okay. Honestly, with the Chow design, I almost feel like you could get a template and then draw what you want to draw on top of it, if that makes sense. Oh, here is generic Chow. Oh, I draw a mustache onto generic Chow. He is now custom Chow. You have possibilities.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, you were saying something about that in the Discord, I think, weren't you? When we had our heated 9 discussion. Like, personally, I think most of the games are designed pretty well, but also, I played all of them 5 million billion times. So there is a fair chance that I just know what I'm doing, that it's natural enough that most bullshit just feels normal to me. You think most people can do what I just did there? You think most people are going to be able to jump rope past the adhering Susies? No. I'm epic. I played way too many of these games. I played this one way too many times. You're really pissing me off, man. Let's just hop the rest of the way. Honestly, the blocks, they feel a little unnecessary. Yay! 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 But yeah, at some point I do want to do a video ranking, like, what my favoriteest of the... Do I want to say this? I'm giving it away. Well, you put it off for a while, so people probably forget by the time you do it. Ranking the 7 Mega Man series into, like, my favorites and least favorites. And top would either be X or 0. And I know that it's freaking crazy to be like, I really, really like the 0 series, but I've played them enough where it feels at least a little normal. I like the movements. Darn you. No! Oh, I dodged it. Oh, I'm so good. Oh, Iceman is so fucking spammy. Where's he? Where's he? Oh no! I was gonna say he got me by 1, but I didn't go in with... Ay. Oh yeah, like I said, 9 is one of the most confusing games in the series. For me, like, I have the most complex feelings about it. Because that video you showed, like, the guy was absolutely right. It is just kind of, like, bullshit. And I do maintain that to play 9 effectively, you have to memorize where, like, every enemy is. But I've done that. Or at least I have a pretty good feeling for where most things are. So I can get away with just, like, running through and making, you know, really good use of the weapons. Because I think, like, the weapons are some of the best in the series. At the same time, though, that enemy placement is really cheap. And if it were another game, I would condemn it, right? Like, I've complained about Sonic, you know, me running ahead, in Sonic, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you got hit by the Crusher, or you ran right into this freaking penguin. And it's like, you shouldn't do that. That's bullshit. And Mega Man 9 does that, but, like, worse. But yet I'm still just like, I love 9. It's a good one. I'm gonna do easy because this is a boss rush. Hey, do not worry about it. I don't, I think, like, the two of us can disagree without it being a thing where I'm just like, you know, we're not thinking that, like, the other one's an idiot, right? I mean, like, I swear we've talked about stinking X6 a lot, where I'm just like, listen, I think it's a crappy game, but, like, if you enjoy it, that's fine. Which I know sounds condescending as hell, but, like, you know, there's, like, a few things to like about the game. So if you can look past the bad in favor of the good for that, I think that's valid. I mean, I'll admit that I have a fondness for the Shadow Armor. And I also think, like, the character designs in that are really good and the music's really good. Plus, the other thing with 9 is, like, you can skip half of the game if you just kill high max. So that's also another one of those games where it's like, oh man, if you know what you're doing, you can really break it. Which I think is cool, right? My point is, you can like X6 and I can like stinking Mega Man 9. And no one needs to get bent out of shape about it. Other than the people who get mad when I don't like Mega Man 2 enough. Which is still one of the most ridiculous takes I think I've ever heard. Well, you like this thing, but you don't like it enough. You find flaws with it. You hoppy bastard, though you are my favorite. So I will forgive you. He jumps so much. He's so nimble. He's so quick. He could jump over a candlestick. Six more. I think the only one that I've managed to make it through the entire game with on normal is Mega Man. Which probably has something to do with the fact that he can, use every weapon. Although, it felt very doable with Fireman. Fireman's so busted. Why Fireman? I don't know. He's got a move that's very spammy and can also be used defensively. Honestly, there's a lot of balance issues with this game, and sometimes I wonder how many of them were, intentional. I don't think it's too crazy to make some of the Robot Masters better than others, or some of them just require more skills, right? Like Bomb Man. I'm no good with Bomb Man in this, but if you know what you're doing, you can, angle some crazy trick shots. So I'd imagine he's, really good at high-level play. And, it's completely valid to have some guys be easier to beat the game with than, some guys being good, but only when you have the technical expertise, right? That's, another way of doing difficulty besides just easy, medium, and hard. And this isn't a competitive game. I mean, I guess you could get competitive with scores, right? But it's not a competitive game like Smash Brothers where it's you probably want everybody to be at least kind of super, kind of relatively balanced. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right, he doesn't shake the floor. His ass was nerfed. Oy, oy, oy. Though that oy, oy, oy. The one feature where I watched Gold Bullet, he did a stinking Smash stream with, an open lobby, and I think one of the people who came in to fight him said that they might have been a professional player. And they were playing Min Min, and then watching him play as Min Min kind of made me feel bad because I don't know. It really I probably shouldn't talk smack. Listen. It just wasn't the most interesting set of tech, I guess I could say. Which Min Min is kind of, I play as Min Min. Then people get mad when I play as Min Min, and then I'll be like, hey, you could play, the option's right there, you could play as Min Min too. And that's my gotcha thing, where I'm just you can't complain just because I'm using the tools that I was given. You have the same tools, you could do the same thing, but if, like, the opposite were true, right? Like, if someone were playing... Who would I really not want to play in that game? I'm not a Minecraft guy, so I guess I could say Steve. If somebody was like, well, Steve is really good. If you just want to be good, play as Steve. I'd be like, I don't want to play as Steve. I'd be real petulant about it. So I guess what I'm saying is my argument here is so bullshit that not even I would buy it from myself. Oh, you bastard. Jumping. But yeah. Oh, goodness. I still am wondering, I think like a lot of people are expecting a new Smash game for Smash. Yeah, Switch 2. And when Sakurai ended his videos, he did say that he was already working on a new project. So that could be it. Or it could be something completely different. Oh, now you go, you little bastard. Which I don't know. I think with like the timeline, something about it didn't seem, you know, like it didn't seem like he would have gotten to, you know, when he quit, he wouldn't have gotten contracted to do like another Smash Brothers, but I'm not sure what gave me that impression. Very well could be, but it could also be something else. Guy's free to make more than just that. So I'm really hoping for a new Smash Brothers with Zero in it. That's all I really want. My gosh, that was a lot of knockback. I thought I was freaking dead. Oh, man. Though that just reminds me of oi, oi, oi. I probably talked before about like words losing their meaning because people do not actually understand what they mean. And like a few of them that have been bugging me, like a few phrases and everything that have been bugging me lately are, I guess it would just be single words. Confirmed and canonical.
Put it on ice and bring it back to base, soldier. What? Wait, just one darn cup?
Because people will look at stuff that's just fairly likely or like vaguely possible. And they'll be like, confirmed. And both of these examples can be tied back to frickin' Pokemon. It's like the big one is anytime they reference Gen 5 at all, people are like, Gen 5 remakes? Confirmed. They made a new end card along with, you know, a card of everybody else from every other generation. Gen 5 remakes? Confirmed. And like one of the ones I saw was, you know, one, eventually Gen 5 remakes are like almost certainly going to come out. So if you continue to spout like bullshit, eventually you're just going to be right. But like one of the other ones I saw, because we were talking about Chikorita likely being Grass Fairy in this next one, or I guess Meganium, which is something that Sam pointed out was he's like, I wonder if they're going to get regional forms or if it'll just be a Mega. And it's like, well, I'm hoping for both, but damn, that a good point. It could be one or the other, or it could be both. Or maybe we just get Meganium at the end, same as always, who knows. Sometimes they break their own rules, and we are only in one, you know, one Legends game in, so it's not like the rules are deeply entrenched. But yeah, like I saw somebody make the comment where it's like, oh man, Fairy type Meganium confirmed, and it's like, it's not confirmed, it's just fairly like, you know, pretty likely. And then, like, the canonical thing was when, like, all those leaks happened. And there were, like, all the weird, very questionable Pokemon stories going around. People were like, oh, man. Typhlosion's a creepy P-file. Confirmed. And it's like, no. No, I made it. They made a story, and then they decided to, you know, not put it in the game. That means that it's not canonical. Oy, oy, oy. Kishimoto had once thought to himself, hey, what if I actually did make Sasuke and Naruto get married? And just because they thought it once, does that make it canonical now? No, I don't think so. And there was another example, but I forgot. But if I think about it, I'll probably shout it into the microphone and be a real bitch. Hey, Albert. Well, you didn't, and now you're dumbass.
My mission will be a success. Prepare yourself, Dr. Wily.
What the? Why, you insolent fool! I will crush you with a loud
Don't do it.
my latest creation.
You do have the chompers on that thing.
Robot,
Wily Machine number 1. The first in probably a long line of Wily Machines. Oh man, I let myself get... Oh, I jumped into it. Oh, no. It's slow. I don't know that that does anything. I guess it would make it harder to dodge if I was like right up in his face. Man, this move is so much better when he uses it. Oh, damn it! Oh, my. Oh, I got him? That was really quick.
You stubborn fool! This time I'll finish you for good! Curses! Useless
He's not dead. We just beat his first form. And by his first form, I mean his machine's first form. Wily doesn't transform. Unless we count Sergi's. Then I guess he kind of transforms himself into a robot. And also Isaac, come to think of it. A lot of people also assume that Isaac is maybe Wily. Try hitting me with Firestorm. I hate how when he's changing what weapon he's loading up, he's invincible. Just let me shoot you if I hit you in your weakness. That's not too crazy a concept. Don't give him an attack. Oh man, I jumped on like the tail of it. I thought it was off screen. Well, whatever. We kicked his ass the first time. We'll kick his ass again. Hopefully, because I do not want to try making that impossible jump again. Honestly, this fight is a little RNG because I could kick his ass. Yeah, you see that? He had Fire Wave, so I did extra damage. And I could do extra damage to him every time if he was just like, hey, you know what? Firestorm. Fuck you. Box me in and then use my freaking has a blast radius weakness. Go ahead. I'll sit here. I'll watch you create the means of my destruction. That seems like a good use of my time. Okay. Oh, man. Like, for some of these, I swear I'm better off just not engaging. Oh, he hit that one. Oh, my gosh. But I want to get him before he does, like, the bomb or the oil slick. The bomb because it's my weakness. The oil slick specifically because it slows down the entire game and makes it an unpleasant slog. I mean, I could just dodge all the bombs, but... Come on. Could I do, like, a little bit of damage? Oh, dear. Got the hells rolling. Ooh! Did you see that? He used frickin' Firestorm at the last second. That was very beneficial for me.
Why, you... this calls for a temporary retreat.
I think it calls for a permanent retreat. Because we will never get another powered up game. You know, I heard that, like, part of the reason why they don't do any Mega Man games is that there's, like, nobody that really feels confident in making the Mega Man games, where they're just like, well, only Inafune had the vision to make these silly little platformers. But if they're having trouble coming up with, like, new ideas for Mega Man, couldn't they just revive the Powered Up series? Just give us Powered Up 2. I guess it would require a bit of creativity because they do remix the levels and everything. But it's a strong enough base that you could totally recycle the Boo Beam Trap, and I wouldn't throw myself out a window. It'd be fun to play as Metal Man and Quick Man and a few other men. Although I guess, like, easiest of all is just porting the games. Which they still have, like, a lot they could do if they wanted to stink and drag things out. There's still Legends and Star Force. There's still all the spin-off games, like, you know, the Game Boy title. Well, the Game Boy titles are NSO, but not everybody has NSO. But, you know, Extreme 2, Command Mission, they could still port them. There is still plenty of Mega Man games that are not available on modern consoles. They can continue reselling us the same bullshit over and over again. But yeah, every time the Ocean Group comes up at, like, the end of this, I'm like, oh yeah, they did, like, a lot of dub stuff back in the day, didn't they? That wouldn't be bad. I do hear, like, when I talked about that in the past, there was somebody who suggested, they're like, listen, if you're gonna do Mega Man and Bass, try to find, like, the Super Famicom version, because, you know, that one's better. I think the main issue is screen crunch with that, but still, it was suggested. So yeah, no, just a faithful... That was, like, a funny thing that I thought about if they do the Legends collection, because it's like, it's only 2 games. It's like, well, what if? What if they include Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Legends 2, and Mega Man 64, so that way you can play both the good versions of Legend 1 and the version that we all settled for because we just happened to have N64s back in the day.
Mega Man powered up.
So maybe someday they can give us both versions of Mega Man and Bass in a collection, and then we can decide whether we want to play it the good way or the shitty way. But yeah, like, I still can't believe that they didn't include that in the Legacy collection. Which is part of the reason why I still contend that it's a spin-off and not a mainline title, because if it were a mainline title, they would have included it in the stinking Legacy collection. They're morally obligated to. But anyway, I am going to get Wheel of Names set up. And yeah, we'll fine-tune this as we go, but if somebody happens to guess the game, then I will possibly let them pick out, like, something we stream in the future, right? So you can get your guesses in. And I will also say that if a game has multiple hits on the wheel, that you need to be a little more specific. Because if you say powered up, there's like 9 possibilities for that still, right?
Mega Man, powered up.
Although I will still let Big Red keep saying X5, even though that's on the wheel twice. Because he's been saying it for a while. And the problem with the Misadventures of Tronbon is that to do that, they would need to break their pattern of, oh, we don't include spin-off games, right? So if they included the Misadventures of Tronbon, then people would be like, well, why didn't you have network transmission for the thingy? Why didn't you have network transmission for the Battle Network one? I think it's probably the one that is, yeah, that would be best suited to having a spin-off one thrown in.
Powered up.
But I'm also not going to trust them too much. And you are absolutely right. If you keep on saying it, yes. Let's see, scene 2. Good. Okay. Okay. Does anybody else want to guess before I spin it? Rayquaza, I assume at least you are there, but I'm not sure who else is. I'll count down from 10, and then I'm hitting it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next week. Huh. For a second there, I was like, man, I wouldn't mind doing Fault. Like, at first I was panicking it was going to be BN4. Then I was like, well, I wouldn't mind doing one of the Battle Network 6, but although that's going to be a commitment. Network transmission is just fine. I can finish that in 2 streams, I think. That's the one that's Battle Network combined with Classic. It is the middle ground.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I guess I did just bring up Network Transmission, since it's the oddball. Well, it's not really a Battle Network game, but it's part of the Battle Network series. So yeah, I think that'll be a 2-week thing. A 2-week thing. But yeah, kind of almost. Well, it's fine. It's fine. I was thinking it's like, that might be a game that'd be fun to play with Sam, but I have a lot of games I want to play with Sam. Plus, he isn't through the Battle Network games proper, so he doesn't need to know the secret-y secret. Well, we were playing Powered Up with Iceman, but Iceman won. It took him about 90 minutes to kill Wily. Maybe about 100, between 90 and 100 minutes. Iceman was pretty good. It went pretty smoothly, honestly. But yeah. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, with that, I think we can start wrapping up. 'Cause yeah, ay, ay. Still have a few things to do tonight, so this being a shorter one is just fine. The plan for next week will be Fire Emblem Sacred Stones again on Tuesday, and then Network Transmission on Saturday. And then, who knows, maybe someone will join me, but I don't know. I don't know what Sam or Brandon are doing. Sam said he was pretty busy this week, so I wasn't expecting him. Although it would have been really neat had we played Pokemon the day after Pokemon Day.
Let's go.
But yeah. So yeah. Thanks anybody who stopped in to watch. Thanks anybody who checks out the VOD. Rayquaza, Big Red, appreciate ya. Aaron, thank you for stopping in, even if it was a little late. And yeah, with that, we will call it here. So maybe consider subscribing if you enjoy this. Maybe consider checking out my main channel, Explosion, which is linked on the front of this one. Tomorrow, I am doing a rundown of 6 of my favorite grand finales in video games. So thank you again, and have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. Good night.